Good morning, welcome out to Toad Valley on a cloudy day, but you know what? It's not raining, so come on out and play. It's gonna be a good day here at Toad Valley. Hey, another lesson for the rest of us. My name is Bob and I'm gonna be your instructor for today. So, when I was a kid, I played out here. I mean, I was in my teens in the late 70s and I used to play out here. But here's the thing, my family didn't have a lot. We didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have the greatest golf clubs. In fact, I had about 5 or 6 clubs that I'd gotten at various garage sales, and I'd come out here with 2 balls or 3 balls, and I'd have to try and figure out a way to get around this course without losing all of them. And one of the things that I discovered was, while it costs money to play golf, it costs nothing to chip and putt. And that's a really great way to spend some time if you just got a half hour or an hour. You don't have time to go and play a whole round, but you just want to work on your game and get better. That's a good place to do it, is on the practice green. And here's the deal. You will spend 60 to 70% of your time around the green when you're out there playing. And strokes are really shaved here. This is where it happens. If you can get better around the green, you can become a better player. You can automatically take some strokes off your game. So one of the things that we want to do, though, is not just learn how to chip and putt, but we want to put it in action. We want to put a little pressure on it. We want to try and score. For a long time, I was the kind of player who, man, I had the mechanics, but for some reason, when I'd get done at the end of the day, I wouldn't get up and down for a par, or I wouldn't be able to, I felt like, you ever felt like you left strokes out on the golf course? Man, I felt like that a lot, and still do sometimes. But what I found is that if we come out here and don't just practice swings, but actually practice shots, and actually practice trying to score, we can actually cut strokes off our game. Because when we get out there, now we're going, okay, I've got this chip, I've had this on the practice green, I know what I need to do to get this thing in 2 shots. Because that's our goal if we're off the green, is to get it in 2 shots or less. So we're gonna play a game, and the game is called Par 18. Now, Par 18 is very simple. Toad Valley makes it real nice for you. They've got 3 holes here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 3 golf balls, and you are going to chip 1 to a far hole, 1 to a medium hole, and 1 to a short hole. And just to challenge yourself, you're gonna put 1 or 2, you're gonna put at least 1 ball each in the fringe and in the rough, because the rough is hard, it's tough, and you're gonna see when I do this game, it's probably harder to chip out of the rough. Even though a lot of us like the cushy ground, man, it's hard to control the distance and speed on those. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play, and we're gonna try to get the ball in 2 shots on each hole. That's Par 6. Then we're gonna move to a different spot on the green and repeat the game. And we're gonna do it 3 times for a total of Par 18. We're gonna try to get as close to 18 as we can. It takes you 15 minutes to play this game or less. We'll just do it in about 2 or 3 minutes. All right, before we do that, I'm gonna go over a couple of fundamentals of chipping a golf ball, all right? Just a couple of quick things. We did a lesson last year. I'm just gonna remind you of a couple things. All right, first of all, a chip is a shallow stroke. We don't wanna take it steep. We don't wanna scoop up on it. It's just a shallow stroke along the ground. We don't break our wrists, but we don't tighten our hands. Our hands should be nice and relaxed on the club, and it's just like that. Now, I'm gonna put some balls down. I'll put one right about there. I'll put one there, and then my challenge ball, it's gonna go in the rough right there. Yuck, I don't like that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, so let's come over here, and I'm gonna show you a little tip on how to set up. All right, how to set up for just a basic chip and run kind of a shot. So I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna get my line. I'm gonna go to that far hole, and I'm gonna get my line, and here's what I'm gonna do. Stay right here. Stay right here, Allison. There you go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my club as if I'm gonna hit a full wedge shot, just a nice big full wedge shot, and I'm gonna set up for that shot. So I'm set up for a full wedge shot. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna hit a full wedge shot, so I need to get closer to the ball and shorter on the club. We also want to play it back in our stance. So here's a nice rule of thumb, a way to do it. Set up for a wedge shot and take your back foot and move it up even with the golf ball, okay? Now, I'm too far away from this golf ball. I need to get closer. So I get closer, but now look at the club. It doesn't fit in my hands, right? So what do? We just drop our hands down on the club. And now we're set up for a nice chip. This makes it easy. It also makes it so that we really can't do a whole lot with our body because we'll fall over. Our feet are narrow. That's one of the reasons that we narrow our stance, is so that we can't do a lot with our body. We want this to be hands, shoulders, arms. All right, so I'm gonna try to make this chip, and again, the chipping stroke is simply through the ball, sweep the grass just through the ball. Notice my club doesn't flip, it doesn't stab, It's just nice sweep through the ball. This chip's down there about 60, 65 feet. It's a good solid long ways out there, but we're gonna see how close we can get it because we wanna try to get it in 2 shots or less. So here's the first one. Okay, it's okay, it's about 8 feet away. Not bad for my first try. Now we're gonna go to the medium one, and the medium one I'm gonna do out of the rough because I don't wanna do the short one out of the rough, that's hard. So now, here's the ball in the rough. I'm not gonna do anything different, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna choose a little different club. I'm gonna choose a club with a little more loft and a little more bounce to it. Will help me get the ball airborne out of this rough a little bit. I'm gonna play the same shot. I'm not gonna do anything different. So once again, I'm gonna step up like it's a full wedge. I'm gonna bring this foot in, I'm gonna step closer, and I'm gonna drop my hands. And there I am, right there, ready to make my chip. Nice and relaxed. Not bad, maybe 5 feet away. So we got a challenge here. And then finally, I'm gonna go ahead and use this club here too. Now I got this little short chip. It's no different, we just don't take as big a backswing. We do everything else the same. So I step up as if I'm gonna get a wedge shot, I pull this foot in, I get a little closer and drop my hands, and away we go. Oh, sculled that one. Uh-oh. And see, this is the point. This is the point of the game. If I came out here and did everything perfect, you wouldn't get anything out of it. All right, so now let's walk down to this long one. Follow me out. So we're gonna walk down to this long one, and now I've got about this 6 or 7 foot putt left, and I'm trying to make a 2. So now you see the pressure that we have. The pressure is, I've got to make this. If I'm out on the golf course, I want to make this. I don't want to take 3 shots to get up and down. So here we go. I'm going to try to make this putt. We'll see how we end up doing. Oh, man. We just missed it on the right side. So now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to tap it in. And that's a 3. So that's my score so far. Not looking good. I was over par on that one. Now we're going to come over here, and we've got about the same length putt on this one. And we're going to try to make a 2 on this one. Oh, and it lipped out again. The golfing gods are not smiling on Bob today. All right, so we tap this one in, and that's a 3. Oh no. Now we're at 6. I sure like to make this one. But this is the longest one of all, so here we go. Oh, come on. Oh, man, so close. That was 3.69. That was not my best effort. That was 3 over par. So guess what? I'll rack it up again. I'll go somewhere else and I'll do the same thing. I'll do that 3 times. I'm gonna see what my score is. Now here's the deal. I didn't do so well, but you know what? That's okay, because the idea is to improve. So if I keep coming out here and I keep doing this, I'll get better at this, I guarantee you. You'll even make some. You'll make some of these chips, because if you keep doing this and you keep practicing not only the shots, but practice scoring, you'll have a lot more fun out on the golf course. That's my lesson for this week. I hope you have a great day. Come on out and play. It's not too bad of weather. See ya.